I want to talk to you today about margins. A lot of you ask me, how do you increase your margins? And I, by from all my mentoring sessions that I've had, and also a lot of the mentoring sessions that I've done, a lot of people that I've coached, a lot of people that have coached me, and especially these high level people that have mentored me recently. Like, for example, Bobby and Patrick come into my mind. Patrick's building a $1 billion company. Bobby built a $1 billion company. And very interesting, like things that I processed with Bobby were very similar to the stuff that Patrick is doing and implementing. And I connect both dots. I connect the dots, and then I see, damn, like these two guys think very, very alike. They're very, very similar, and I mean, one of those reasons is they both run one runs a real business, and the other one ran a real business. So they have experience running businesses. Like for example, I run a business. There's a lot of people out there that don't run a business. So you have to pay attention to who you listen to, because if somebody's giving you advice on running a business, but yet they don't run a business, they did not create the business, they were not the founders, they are not the CEOs, then what kind of business advice are you gonna receive? And I could go on. For example, like there's a lot of people out there giving millionaire advice. How do you become a millionaire? How do you drive the car of your dreams? How do you live in the place of your dreams? But they are not doing it. Like they don't have the car of their dreams. They don't live in the place of their dreams. They're not even millionaires. I mean, they're not even making maybe $500,000, but they're giving advice on how to become a millionaire. Like it doesn't make any sense. They're all over social media. They have more followers than they have money, and it just does not make sense. So you have to be really, really, really selective on the people that you get advice from. Okay, so that's one thing. Now, margins. So one of the things that I recommend, and if you guys are really, really interested in taking this to the next level, I do offer the CEO Mastermind. That's part of Driven Event. And I'm not here to sell you the CEO ticket for Driven Event, but if you're interested, we do have a CEO ticket. It's a CEO Mastermind. The day before Driven, we get together, we sit down with myself, and this year we're gonna have Bobby Castro. I might add another entrepreneur that built another $1 billion business. So Bobby Castro built a $1 billion business, and me, Bobby, and all of you sit down. It's limited to 40, 50 people. And we're right now, as of now, we have it at 40 people, and we might make it 50. But we sit down, we process everything about being a CEO, everything about being CEO, and I also coach people one-on-one. So like I said, I'm not here to sell you any of that. I just brought it up, but I've learned so much by coaching people one-on-one. I sit down and we process all the information about your business. We've went over businesses from restaurants to insurance business to mortgage business, real estate business, construction business, demolition business, body shop business, everything you could think of. I've coached people in every industry that you could imagine. Everything is very similar. The principles of entrepreneurship, the principles of business are the same. The same. Everything's gonna fall down on your margins. The reason why most businesses go out of business is because their margins don't make sense. I mean, there's people that run a business and they're not even breaking even. They're losing money. They just don't realize it. So people save money. They leave their job or they leave their employer and they say, well, I'm gonna open up my business. They open up a business with no experience, with no mentor, with no direction, and their 100,000 or 50,000 or 200,000, whatever they saved up to open this business, they just start losing everything. Little by little, they're losing everything. They sell a property and they're like, okay, well, this money, I'm gonna use it for my business. I'm gonna start my business, and they run out of the money, and now they're worse. They're in the worse shape than they were working for somebody else. They just don't know what they're doing. They don't have direction. They don't have any of the processes. They don't know how to create their systems and procedures. They don't have a company manual. They don't know how to track their stats. They don't implement metrics. They just don't know. So margins, like one of the biggest things that I've implemented and that I've learned from these two individuals, and just reading and doing a lot of self-development and trial and error, making a lot of mistakes, losing a lot of millions and making a lot of millions in the process. But the millions that I've lost those hurt a little bit more. Of course, losing millions is going to hurt more than making millions. Now, there's little things you can do. So like if you have a business, there's little fees you can add, there's little fees you can cut. There's little fees you can add, and there's little fees you can cut. Like fees that you pay. So expenses, little expenses, you could save those. You could replace vendors. You have to have a list of vendors. So always get at least 3 vendors for everything that you order for your office, for your expenses, for your home office, and pick the cheapest one. You'll save a lot, because even $5 times 1,000 is going to be a lot of money, and $25 times 1,000 is going to make you a lot more money every month. So when you apply metrics, when you know your metrics, you can dissect what you cut, what you add, what you double down, triple down on, and those are big time life changers. These are life changers that are going to put more money in your pockets. They're going to take away a lot of stress in your life, and you're going to be able to take care of your family and your people a lot better. You're going to be able to pay your people big money and reward them, giving bonuses. Have tier systems. Have tier systems when you award people on their performance. So if somebody performs a certain number, you increase their tier. If they get to XX, then you double it and you pay them a different tier. If they go XXX, if they 3X, there's a third tier where you pay them even more. So you have to reward your people, and all of this is going to be in your metrics. It's going to make it so obvious for you, and it's going to make your decision-making process so easy that you're just going to go in there, apply it, and just watch magic happen. Like if it's magic, like you're just going to start making all this money, all this extra money, and it's going to be so simple, and you're going to get even more into it, and you're going to be spending so much time on thinking, like, how do I increase my margins? How do I increase my margins? Metrics is going to make it so easy for you to make smart decisions. And my life started getting so amazing once I started spending so much time, like almost all my time, on how do you increase margins? How do you increase margins? $25 times 1,000. Ooh, that'll be so magical for you. You'll love it, and you'll start becoming a dangerous person. When you start making so much money and you start loving your work so much, you start loving it, you start having so much fun while being so successful and making so much money, and you're helping so many people, you become dangerous. You become very, very, very dangerous in your industry. So comment below. I want to have some questions about margins. How do you increase your margins? Tell me what kind of business, what kind of industry you're in, and let me help you with your margins. Love you guys.